This is a story for those who wished that they could truly read between the lines of the book they were reading and see the world of the story through the eyes of the author. For those who wished that they could make nonfiction from fiction. For those who wished that dreams were true. This is a story of a group of wayward friends who came together from the far reaches of two worlds to come together and to help make dreams reality. This is Hazeltown Story. Hello and welcome to Hazeltown Story, episode 19. We are almost at 20, which is good, I guess. The fact that we've almost made it to 20. And we are at the finale of the Every Breath You Take arc. This is going to be the last episode of this arc. So this is probably a bad one to start out with, unless you are just here for the end fight, which that's what's going to happen. We're just left off of basically the Cygnus Goon's boat exploding and them swimming to the shore to recover and encountering our group and them being very mad. So we are going to continue off there. Before we begin, basically should again say this is the finale, so this is probably not the best one to start with. The best one to start with would, be the start of the arc. If not starting with the start of the series, although technically, I guess you could kind of start without that. But at least start with the beginning of the arc. So with that, we definitely still have the same group. We have Deathmaster 780 playing Bob B, a dragon sleazeball, and purveyor of many things of dubious legality. We have Carnival playing Yuhar Govenin, a former South China Sea pirate who is come to Hazeltown in Steinwald to get a better life for themselves and try not to do piracy things, which, good for them. They just blew up a boat. But nonetheless, we also have TorpidTypist playing Iravia, the quote-unquote Chaos Cow, who is here to hit things with chairs, as she usually does. Nonetheless, so that's kind of where we left off. Basically, boat go boom, they swim to shore, and they're mad. A while back I said, actually after this arc, that we were going to try some kind of experimental things and not have to deal with, or not have our normal sessions, and I'd be able to do that on a weekly basis. Turns out that writing stuff's kind of a little harder, so this is actually going to take a little bit. We're not going to have consistent episodes. In fact, starting this next week, the week after that this is releasing, there will actually be a break in which there will be no new Hazeltown Story episode up that week. Unfortunately, I'm going to need more time to write this stuff because I want to make sure it's actually good and not just stuff that is scribbled down fast enough so I can get you. I'd rather you get an episode every other week that is good than one every week that is not good. And even then, if I take 2 good weeks, that depends. Hopefully the episode after this should make up for the week. I'll tell you right now that we are going to be looking into kind of the backstory of definitely Rhapsody, if not Lomi as well. Their backstories are kind of intertwined, so it kind of would make sense to do their backstories together. So that will be not next week, but the week after. Also, I would like to point out, just to give you a little teaser of something this episode won't entirely be the session. So if you make sure that after the session ends that there will be some stuff at the end that I'm going to take a stab at doing in this style for the kind of expository stuff that happens, because at the end of the play session, basically to do, here's what happened at the end. I'm going to try and do this in a certain style, and hopefully that takes, because it's going to be the style that's going to hopefully go throughout the series. But nonetheless, I guess with that, let's go back into the session. So at this point, Let's see. Let me think. Let me think. Give me yeah, so basically at this point, you see them come out of the water. So basically there's a segment where you can tell that they are basically primed and ready to go, but they have not quite fully seen you yet.
All right, so roll initiative, or do we get a surprise round first?
Let me try and remember how the rules go. So basically, let's see, how does roll initiative say here?
I think that was vigilance checks.
Well, it depends upon whether or not the situation, because I believe one is vigilance, one is
Uh-oh.
Oh, good. Is it disconnecting again?
No, Carnival's having issues apparently.
Oh, I just realized they dropped out of. There we go. Okay. Yeah, because it's either it's either vigilance or cool.
I think whichever one's higher.
Well, it's depending upon the situation. One is if you are trying to spring a trap, and one is if you are just walking into it. I believe vigilance would be the vigilance would be it. So I need to roll. So you all need to do just a vigilance check.
All right. I make a charm check before combat or no?
I would say that a charm check probably would not work.
These guys are fucking rip shit. Negotiations have broken down.
Okay, what is cool based off of?
Presence.
Well, it sucks for them.
It's just raw vigilance, not any.
Yep, it is raw vigilance.
Fuck it. I'll roll first. I already have my dice ready.
Perfect.
2 successes with 4 advantages.
Okay, so I have an advantage and 2 successes.
All right. Net failure with 3 advantages.
Hold on, let me. Okay. So who all rolled what?
I have 2 successes with 4 advantages.
Okay.
And I had net failure with 3 advantages.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say.
Yes, Iravia got the suck. I see.
Yes. And then let's see. Bobby has net failure of 2. How many advantage?
3. It's still on the board.
Also, I appreciate your struggle to spell success.
Yes. And then
spelled wrong.
I'm gonna refresh. 3 successes.
3 suck.
What the fuck?
Okay, so
I appreciate how incredibly inconsistent your notes are.
Look. Okay, so Yuhar is gonna go first. Then
Iravia, then Goonby, then Guna. No, actually, then Bob, and then.
Yep. Okay.
Finally, it's time to murder.
Okay, so Yuhar, you have an advantage, or basically you are. Let me just judge from. So you're not that terribly far away, and you also have direct line of sight from the way that they. Also, I'm actually going to do one other thing. Let me do one thing real quick because I forgot to roll for someone. Let's see. Was it vigilance?
Yes, it was vigilance.
Okay.
Look at your rolls.
Let's see.
It's a sad roll.
I'm gonna actually have to tie break that. Well, they can't get it higher than that. So.
Wait, what's going on?
I have to resolve a tie because Goon B is the same as. Well, remember you have someone in the trees.
You mean Rhapsody?
Yep.
Why did you put his question marks? We all know who it is.
Yeah.
Fine.
Might be a mystery to the others, but we know who it is.
Fine. All right. Well, this is gonna go wonderfully. So, Yuhar, you are within, I would say, short range of these two.
I'll take Goon, whichever Goon.
So just a reminder of how combat rules work. You have you can either take a maneuver in an action, or you can take 2 maneuvers if you decide to burn 2 strain. But I think if you do that, you only you can't take an action after that. Or actually, I think you can. I think it's two maneuvers, or a maneuver in an action, or if you burn 2 strain, 2 maneuvers in an action.
But at this point, just Yuhar's gonna take their gun off of Cecilia and just at the nearest Signisgoon and just take the shot.
So here's the thing. Remember, maneuvers are not just movement. So you can aim, assist. So here are your maneuvers: aim, assist, guarded stance, interact with the environment, manage gear, which you already have your gear out, dismount, which you're not, or you can move, or you can drop prone or stand from prone.
Oh, then I'm gonna take the aim and then shoot at the nearest Signisgoon.
Okay, so you are taking aim, which I believe. So use a. You are going to, let's see. So you have 2 weapons actually. Which one did you draw? Where are you? There you are. So you have your pistol precision, or you have a submachine gun. Which I don't know why it's doing that, because you should have, your skill should be 3 for both. I don't know why it's doing that, but your pistol would give you an accurate bonus, but you do, if you do want to use submachine gun, you can choose to do auto fire, which basically that would increase your difficulty by 1, and it would but if you, after that, if you have 2 successes, you can choose your targets.
I'm just gonna go with the pistol because I want to just go more directly with accuracy.
Okay. So that would be, I believe that is a easy check.
So 1 purple.
Yes. 4 successes.
4 successes.
Okay, so you. Okay, so let me
What
check.
the actual fuck?
Let me check to see how much damage it does. Okay, so Crystal Precision, so it's 6 damage, so you're doing 10 damage total.
Yep.
Let me check to see what that does. I'm gonna, hold on, I need to open up Notepad.
10 damage plus how hurt they were already.
Yep. God, I'm gonna have to open up calculator. Okay. And it was 10 total. Okay. So you graze them, and you definitely score a hit, and it hits them basically in the shoulder. And you can tell that they were pretty beat up before, and now they're definitely hurting. But they are not quite dead. They're still standing. And with that, that goes to your turn. So Iravia, what do you want to do?
I don't know how Bull Rush works. I completely forgot, and there's no guide out.
Okay. Oh, the guide is right here. You just got to flip a few pages.
Oh, I didn't even notice it.
So Bull Rush, what basically that does is here. Bull Rush. When your character makes a brawl, melee, brawl or melee check, after using a maneuver to engage a target, you may spend basically 3 advantage or a triumph to use this talent to knock the target prone or move them up 1 range band away.
Okay, well, either way.
You do also, I think you also have another thing that basically. So that's not the right person. Don't you have? You have Reckless Charge also,
yeah.
which I believe that is a tier 2. As I forget how to rotate. Reckless Charge. After using a maneuver to move, when using a maneuver to engage an adversary, your character may suffer 2 strain to use this talent. They then add 2 successes and 2 threats to the results of the next brawl or melee check. So basically, you would gain 2 successes and 2 threat. Which I believe also you have another talent, because I'm pretty sure, don't you have a talent that after you do that you gain like 3 success or like 3 advantage?
I don't remember.
Let me check. Bull Rush Strike.
Let's see. There's Reckless Charge. There's Quick Draw. There's Scything Strike. There's Tavern Brawler. There's Toughened.
I don't.
Home on the no.
Nope.
There's
Okay.
flurry of blows. but-
That's not that. Maybe okay. Anyway, if you want to take that, you can.
well, regardless.
So you are
What-
also within, I would say, within short range as well.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just casually chair the man.
Okay. Do you want to just do a single attack, or do you want to do a double attack?
I'd like to do a double, but I don't know. I
Okay.
don't remember what the difference is.
Because I think with your dual wielder, I believe that since you're both going to be using brawl, I'm pretty sure that the result is negligent. And basically, you have linked one. So I would just roll it as you would a normal brawl check. And that would be, since you're moving to engage, that would be, I believe that is average.
Okay.
Um,
I forget. Don't I get something additional because of Tavern Brawler? God, I have so much shit and I didn't
Yes.
keep track of any of it.
so Tavern Brawler, yes, you get, so basically, that is what gives you the advantage. So that basically, if you're using a thing, if you are using a, God damn it, I believe that is if you're using a improvised weapon.
Yeah,
I
if
need
I'm using improvised weapon, which I have this chair, and I get an advantage to my. I was on the page actually.
Oh, whoops.
It's right up top.
Okay.
Right up top.
Okay, yep. Okay.
So just get an advantage.
Yep. Okay.
Let's spin to win. I
Five
fucking
success.
demolish that son of a bitch.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say you knock him unconscious. You basically brain him and he is down. I'm not even gonna bother having to count how much damage that did because he had 1 health. And like 4 soak. So that definitely would do it. So you chair him and he's gone down.
Finally, some fucking fun. Gee.
Which goon was that?
That was A.
All right.
So at this point, Rhapsody probably have gotten over here, while she was probably moving into position as you were doing this. So at this point, because goddamn, she has enough things to toy with. Oh, where are you? Where's your list of things I can do?
So I did do 1 piercing damage as well. Felt that worth mentioning?
Yep, yeah, that would have definitely. Oh yeah, because that would have lowered his soak already. Oh, hmm.
Oh, that's right. I also gained an additional damage because of Farrrell strength.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why I didn't even bother. You would have killed him. Well, not killed him. You would have incapacitated him.
Clubbed him upside the fucking skull with a foldable chair.
Let me. Oh, Just for funsies, let me check something real quick. Because with Rhapsody, we get to play with something that we normally don't get to play with, and that's audio magic. Now, what do I have to play with there? Because I could do dissonance, which is already pretty interesting. Which dissonance is, let's see, that is a magic spell that for free. When wielding a musical instrument, pick your character may use this talent to make an average charm or audio magic check. For each success the check generates, one enemy of the player's choosing within medium range suffers 1 wound. For each advantage, your enemy affected by dissonance suffers 1 additional wound. What is her? Let's see. What is her audio magic at? It is at 3. I'm going to do that. So, yeah, basically that's it right there. Okay. Well, I wasn't as much as I was hoping, but whatever. So basically, as Iravia clubs the hell out of the other goon, basically the other goon that's standing there with his gun out, basically he starts to hear a sound that as he hears it, he tries to investigate where it's coming from. Basically, from what you can tell, the sound must be doing something because he starts to grab his ears and just kind of yell in pain for a moment, and just kind of is stunned by what he is hearing. Which at that point,
Just can't handle post rock.
Bob, it's your turn. Or no. Actually, it is the goon's turn. And
Bleeding ear.
basically, hold on, let me write down what his health is. He basically is confused because he sees a whole bunch of things going on. But then he sees Iravia basically like the chair with his basic chair his friend, which by the way, since you took one threat, I am going to say that you should take one strain.
Okay. Oh God, whatever will I do?
Yeah.
Oof. Oh. Oh
Yeah.
my lord.
Yeah, you can take 13 more strain.
Oof. My
He
body.
he basically sees you, or like he sees Iravia just kind of club the chair and basically just out of annoyance, he goes over, he kind of rushes you and he tries to punch you.
Don't forget that I do have 2 defense.
Yes. Oh, which actually I just realized, you know what, it wouldn't have mattered. Because yeah, I forgot to have you take
Enjoy
care of
your
it.
fucking miserable rolls.
Let me check. What's your abilities? Okay.
Enjoy pure fucking misery with those rolls.
I'm gonna make sure that this is not close enough. Okay, so this, and this,
Gonna need
and
another one.
yep,
And
and
then you're
this.
also gonna need the other dice too.
What are the die?
The purples. Don't you need purples?
Oh, right. Yep. All right.
Welcome to hell, Bucko.
Oh wait, actually, up there.
Upgrade. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay. Well, he would have gotten a triumph had he not missed. So he basically goes to try and swipe you, and he basically misses. So, Bob,
Yes.
what do you want to do?
All right. Bobby will pull out his pistol. As he's doing so, he'll say to Byron he says to Byron, while pointing at us, Cecilia, and says, "Watch her." And
Bob Bean is fucking
So,
holdout
one
pistol.
thing I would like to point out is because Iravia is currently engaged with the goon,
Please, I'm afraid of commitment.
if you try and shoot the goon and you miss, or you hit a
I'm
well,
doing-
actually, I just realized that would not matter because I don't think you can roll a despair. Actually, you might. Actually, no, you won't. Never mind. So I was gonna say, if you roll a despair somehow, you could potentially hit Iravia,
Yeah, but you would need to spend a point, and you don't have any.
and I don't have any points,
Yeah, fucker. You
Okay.
played yourself.
so never mind.
Fucking Bob B and his goddamn pocket pistol.
Yeah. But I don't know what check this is, but Bobby's going to level his gun at the goon and say, "Man, you are outgunned. You are hurt. All your friends are dead or going to be. Surrender now."
So that would be a coercion.
All right.
Also, he's not dead. It's just severe cranial trauma.
What's that?
Or whatever that means.
This is the intimidation factor, you see.
Okay,
All right.
so
Cutting question
cutting question. Okay, what does cutting question do?
right here.
Cutting question. Once per encounter, when using coercion skill check, you may use the deception skill instead.
Ooh.
Which means that
Oh.
your smooth talker is now going to also take effect, because also we can edit that.
Yeah, I need, like, instead of page references on my sheet, I need, like, descriptions for my skills.
So the problem is the way that Genesis Emporium dodges like needing all the books is that's why they do that. But we can figure something out.
So what do I get from Smooth Talker? A green die or a blue?
Well, that won't take effect unless you roll a triumph. So basically, you're going to roll deception. So you're going to roll two yellow, and since this is going to be opposed against his discipline, you are going up against. Let's see, what is discipline against? Willpower?
Minus willpower.
Yes. You are going up against a 2 reds and a purple.
Holy shit.
Boy.
Alright, so how many?
So actually,
different-
despair is
yes.
possible.
So basically, you have 2 yellows
Yes.
and against 2 reds and a purple.
Yeah, I would spend a story point here, DM.
Alright.
Which that would put you dead even.
Alright.
There you go.
Well, we'll still need the green. There. Now you're good.
Are these the dice I'm rolling?
Yep, that's the dice you're rolling.
You can spend a story point though to get rid of the purple.
No, we already spent this.
No, did you already?
Yes.
Nobody flipped
That's
it
how you
though.
get-
There.
Alright, so no more purple then.
No, it's you got a green.
Oh, alright.
Time for despair.
Did you seriously just get the same exact outcome?
Apparently.
Wait. No, you didn't. Oh, yeah, you did. So 3 failure, 2 success, 1 threat,
And a triumph.
and a triumph, which counts as a success. So, I'm gonna say that's just a net negative. So, or it's just a net failure. Nothing happened.
Yeah, this was an X. I accidentally touched it.
Yeah. So basically, he just kind of looks at you and just kind of growls.
Grr.
He is basically too high in adrenaline to care right now.
Rawr.
All right. So wrapping around, Yuhar, your turn again.
Just Yuhar's gonna take the shot.
Okay. So another aim and another. So let me actually do this proper this time. So put a setback die because he has 1 defense, 1 range defense, I should say.
You can take the. Here you go. I put it on the table for you.
And then
Are you
how
guessing
many
2 difficulty?
purple?
The purple, that's going to be. Let's see, that's short range. I believe it's only 1
Is it really only
Yep,
one?
Yeah,
because it's short range.
It's short range, and I'm using a gun that goes out to medium range.
Okay.
Let me just double check. Range attack difficulties at short range, it's an easy check, which is 1 purple. Oh, actually, I could have had you just. Actually, I just realized I could have just remove the setback die. But whatever.
Success with 4 advantage.
So no one's rolled 4 advantages, so we can make this a little bit. We can make this. Let me check your talents real quick. That's Iravia. Where are you? Do you have 2-handed stance? Telepathy. So, let me just double check some real quick. Your pistol has a crit of 3. So you can actually apply a critical injury with this roll. So let me just double
Let's
check
do
to
it.
see. Yeah, let me just double check the damage.
It's finally time.
So let's see.
It would be 7 damage from coming to 6.
7 damage. So he's taken 3. So 7 damage. 3 soak. He has 4. Let's see. Let's see. 7 raw damage. Minus 4.
Wink.
Okay. So yes, he is technically not dead yet. So you can imply a critical injury.
Let's do it.
So critical injuries, the way they work, basically, if you roll past your weapon's critical damage or critical rating, that means you can apply a critical injury. That means you take. Well, actually, we could still have had that. So take these 2d10s and have one roll a little bit more left than the other. Because what you're trying to do is roll essentially a percentile die. And depending upon your roll, various things can happen.
So the one underneath, the one here that's near the table legs, that's the 10s, and the other's the one.
Okay, so top is 1s, 10s is. So this one right.
Weird order, but okay.
So this one is 10s? And this one's
Yes.
1s? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. That is. Let's see. Okay, so it's +1 because it's 0 to 9. Wait, or is it 0 to 9 or 1 to 10?
It's 0 to 9.
0 to 9, but it doesn't matter. So it's 30. So you roll a 30. Wait, what? Oh, right. It's in the opposite direction. Okay. So, from 26 to 30 is a discouraging wound. Which the description of that, and keep in mind that this is paired. Oh, actually, right. Actually, it doesn't matter because you are dealing with a rival, and if a rival gets a critical injury, it means they go and they are incapacitated. So, what that would do is discouraging wound. Move one player pool story point to the game master pool, which basically what that means is you get basically this goes back in your favor. But since the classification of the enemy you dealt with, you basically he gets hit, and basically he crumples to the ground.
And so Yuhar does some oscillate gun twirling.
Nobody
And-
cares, Yuhar. Nobody cares.
I care. I care.
Man. Has there been any party members Aravia's like so far?
No.
No. So after all this, Toby comes swimming up and basically gets in and just basically runs to the aid. And basically is like, okay, so let me actually put the thing back. Where'd he go? Uh-oh. Where did the other goon go? Oh, there he is.
Right over here.
Okay.
He got thrown out to sea.
Okay, so basically they are now both out. And Cecilia is just basically like on her knees, just in complete shock.
I'm gonna menace her with the chair. I'm not gonna hit her, just gonna menace her.
You're just gonna poke her with the chair.
Yes.
Okay. So you do that, and basically,
Well, yes, Bobby will greet the Tobias and says, "Officer, how you doing?"
Toby is like, "All right, is anyone hurt?"
Yes, but nobody important.
Yeah, those idiots over there, but fuck them.
So Toby just kind of walks, or basically runs over to them, and basically checks up on them. And basically, he just kind of like after taking a look and basically just doing like some basic thing. He basically just kind of yells, is like, they're still alive. They're not in great shape, but they're still alive.
That's honestly
great.
astounded.
Say, officer.
Yes.
Bobby points his finger at the cults and says, "Why don't you walk these fine people back to their camp? They're very shook, and we got some work here that needs doing."
Well, I need to make sure that these two are still. I need to stabilize these two because we need to. I would like to get some answers out of these. We need to haul everyone. Let's haul everyone back to the camp. And basically, as we're doing this, they see, or basically Toby sees kind of the others and just says, "Just everyone, just. I know this is meant to be secret. Don't worry. I'm not here to hurt anyone here. And no
Don't
one's
worry,
getting
I'm
in trouble."
not a narc, says the narc.
What?
What?
What did you say?
I said, don't worry, I'm not a narc, says the narc.
But Toby just kind of ignores that. It's just don't worry about it. Everyone head back to the clearing. I'm going to stabilize these and bring these back. Is there anywhere we can set these two down? Which
And
Rose?
This
Rose
large lake.
Rose basically replies, we can put them in the tent, the chill tent. And then basically, after that, after a while, after all the hubbub, basically, let's say about 10, 20 minutes pass. And basically the two goons are on a bed. They're each on a bed. And Cecilia is basically just laying in the corner, or sitting in a corner right there. And basically, you all kind of get back in the chill tent. Also, Piper's there. It's still Piper is still there. Just still high off her tits.
I'm shocked there's nobody hotboxing the chill tent, but okay.
Okay, so Bobby,
Just gotta happen before I do.
okay. So basically, everyone, all of us are in the tent. In these, everyone is just kind of sitting there. Let's just say Rhapsody is kind of keeping the others company. So you now have two goons that are basically after they've stabilized them, basically they are now conscious, but they are definitely incredibly weak. And Cecilia is still just kind of sitting there.
All right, so who all is in the tent? The two thugs, Cecilia, Bobby, Yuhar, Iravia, and who?
Toby.
Piper, who is basically still coming down off her high.
Also
And that's
Toby.
it.
Also Toby.
All right,
Okay, so who wants to start?
Bobby.
I mean, Iravia has just completely forgotten why they're even here at this point.
Roger.
Between
Okay.
the cheese and the violence.
Okay. So basically, at this point, Toby goes over to kind of fleece them of their things. And let me, I mean, since they're unconscious, it doesn't really make sense to check. Basically, from there, you see they don't really have much identification on. And basically, what Toby finds is that one of them has a key that has a tag on it that basically has a storage unit placed on the tag, and also a hotel key. Or each of them are carrying a hotel key.
All right. Bobby will look at Toby and says, "Are they stable?"
Yeah, they're pretty stable.
Hmm.
What a shame.
In that case, I would suggest you vacate this tent. You may
What,
not
me?
like what comes next. Yes, Toby.
I mean, it's not like I can arrest you for anything that we do in here.
Yeah, they're dream crimes. They don't matter.
All the same, are you sure you want to see what comes next?
Yes, because
Hmm.
I may have questions as well.
I'd be shocked if you didn't.
Basically at this point, Toby, Toby basically walks over to Cecilia and is like, and basically kind of does that thing that parents do in like the because Cecilia's just kind of sitting on the side of the table and does the crouch thing that you see like the parent do after Timmy lost the big game. You know, that kind of crouch. And he basically goes, well, your friends aren't really going to help you right now.
Just like gets
It
down
was
on his haunches.
it was bad enough that you're being associated with what frankly is all we know is a white supremacy gang. They looked like they were ready to do some harm. So
Murder.
if you would like to avoid joining your friends here, I would suggest, and if you are as innocent as you say you are, I would suggest you do exactly what we ask and give us right answers. To which Cecilia just kind of looks pretty shook.
Bobby will examine the hotel keys for any markings on them.
Okay, so Toby kind of hands you the keys. Let's see, what can I? Basically, he tosses you the keys, and let's see, what kind of check should I do, or should you?
Maybe Knowledge Society. You can recognize the hotel.
Either Knowledge Society or Streetwise. So I wonder if Streetwise might make more sense, but Knowledge Society also might work. And that would be I would say that would be an easy check.
All right.
Okay. So you can tell, basically, you know exactly what the hotel is that these keys come from. Let's say that,
CD dump on the wrong side of town.
let's just say it is a discount. It is a rather cheap hotel. Let me see if I can find. Let's see, place names. Not harbor names, hotel names. Um, how about God, some of these names. How about the Mellow Pedal Hotel?
The Mellow Pillow Hotel.
It was either that. Okay, one of these is just straight up fancy motel.
Which one of these is the Neutral Milk Hotel?
I like that fancy. It's a shithole.
Yeah, let's see. I will go ahead and hopefully that. Oh, that didn't do what I was hoping for.
But like
let's see.
seriously, Yellow Pedal Hotel sounds like a Neutral Milk Hotel cover band.
Because yeah, I typed it in Discord what the random generator gave me. Like Gentle Nebula Hotel or Lunar Plains Hotel. Let me roll again.
I do love Fancy Motel.
You know what? Let's call it Fancy Hotel. Let's call it Fancy Hotel.
It's Bobby cackles at the keys. I recognize these. It's the Fancy Motel. Total shithole. Perfect place to go get high or have
Yeah, I
some
was gonna say it just sounds like a place to get
dalliances.
higher one night stands.
You sure? Like, you sure about that?
Bobby nods his head. I may have rested there a time or two, if you know what I mean.
You shouldn't rest there.
Well, wasn't much resting.
So just like, okay, do me a favor. Let's see. Can you hand me the keys again?
Bobby hands him the keys.
And basically, Toby kind of just takes a look at it and basically just kind of really focuses on the keys and just kind of flips it over. As I accidentally hit my mic. Kind of flips it over and basically gets a good view of the key. Let's see. If that's the case, also, can you take a look at the storage key to see if you can figure it out? So basically, just do the same check.
All right. You get my dice.
Okay. So you can tell that you know exactly where the storage location is.
All right.
Let me check. Let's see. How about you basically can tell that it is from the Common Pond storage facility. Or basically Common Pond Storage is the name of the place.
And what kind of quality is that place?
Let's just call it average.
This here belongs to the Common Pond Storage. Much nicer than the Fancy Motel.
And then Toby just kind of puts his hand up. So, here, can I borrow the key again?
Bobby hands it over.
And then basically he takes a look at that as well. And basically it's like, well, these are some good, it's quite interesting. So, can you do me a favor? Can you give me, so, while your friends are here, why don't you give me a example of what these names are? To which, let me see. Let me have Toby do a coercion roll. Okay, I'm gonna do one of each positive. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I'm just gonna say 2 greens. Okay. Okay. I would say that 5 successes, 2 advantages, and a triumph is. Oh, I just realized I screwed that up. That's why.
You did.
Yeah, those should have been purples. Yeah, I was gonna say, wow, that's a really good roll. Oh, that's probably because I screwed that up completely. Let's try that one more time. Okay, 2 successes, 1 with an advantage and a triumph is still also pretty good.
That's fucking destruction.
Yeah, so basically, Cecilia just kind of looks up and is like, points to the one on the left. Basically, let's see. Basically, to see an out. Basically, she sees that. Basically, she says, if I give you these 2 shitbags' name, will that get me off the hook a little easier? To which Toby just kind of nods his head, and basically says, "Okay." To the left, Shane Barlow, UK. And basic ones are right. Stuart Griffin, also UK. Whatever information. Look. Fantasy name generator can only give me so much.
You could have just re-rolled it.
Look.
Or did it not occur to you when you saw it until you said it?
I'm missing something, aren't I?
Family Guy.
God damn it. Give me a second. God damn it, why did it have to be Stewie Griffin? Hold on. Okay, real names, English names, English, British, male names. Casey Mason. How about Casey Mason?
That works fine.
That's fine.
God. Casey Mason on the right. Okay. Give me 1 second. Nice. Yeah, okay. So yeah, those are their names. It basically she lists off basically their street basically all the information she knows about them, street address, where they kind of came from. And just to give you and just to cap it off, she points at herself, Cecilia Houston. I'm from wait. Oh, actually I just realized something, never mind. Yeah, Cecilia Houston. I'm from Cecilia Houston from let's say Cecilia Houston, Atlanta, Georgia. There.
I am
you
sorry.
Happy?
Sure didn't go far enough.
So Toby basically just kind of looks and is like, basically gives a good look at all three of them and is like, you know, I think you did give us a good enough look. But really at this point,
right side this promise doesn't matter.
It's just like, yeah, that does help us. Basically at this point, it's like, you know, I think you've helped us out quite a lot.
Give me a second. I've got one last idea I can do.
Okay.
What do you need to do?
Psychic brain.
Why? We have the information.
Oh, we didn't have anything extra that we could have gotten? Okay, cool.
Well, so
we got
here's
names and we got places.
So yeah, we got the names, we got the places. We also since they didn't really do any kidnapping, we also have storage locations.
Okay, yeah, then never mind. Cool.
Because
God, you're just so gung ho about invading people's minds.
It's a dream. It's fine.
So at this point, I think actually we have kind of all the information we need. After they had decided that they had all the information they needed, they decided to end the scrying session and review what they have found. Upon reviewing the footage, Toby had noticed that the keys had identifying marks signifying particular rooms at the storage unit and at the motel. Unfortunately for Toby, there was no way that this footage could be used as any sort of evidence, and there was really no way to verify if those markings were accurate. However, he did realize that since the storage units were public utilities, and as such it was within reason to perform an audit to make sure what was stored there was following the rules of the storage facility. If it was being used by the Cygnus Group, it will most certainly not be within those rules. With that info and all the other info he needed, Toby thanked the group and walked out with the knowledge that he was either going to make himself look like a fool or a complete mastermind. An excerpt from the Steinwald Voice, September 12th, 2070 AR. Steinwald Public Safety has detained 3 members of the white hominid supremacy group Cygnus today that had been operating in the area. The 3 were captured at the Fancy Motel in Skylark after a short gunfight occurred between the trio and Home Guard members. No major injuries occurred on the Home Guard side, although 2 of the 3 suspects attained minor injuries, with one of them surrendering to authorities. It is believed that the trio were involved in a series of crimes including kidnapping, assault, racketeering, coercion, and mass poisoning. A storage unit linked to the trio was found to be used as a holding cell for a Steinwald resident. The partner of the kidnapped had previously been assaulted by the trio and had received life-threatening injuries. According to a public safety spokesman, the person who had been assaulted is expected to fully recover, and the kidnapped party was recovered with only minor injuries. Both parties are currently cooperating with authorities. The kidnapping occurred during a meeting of the Cassiopeia group, of which both the kidnapping victim and the assaulted were members. The meeting took place in a remote part of the Sapphires Lake National Park during the Revelry concert held 2 weeks ago. Our reporter Simon Hawke was in the middle of interviewing another member when wine was distributed to the members that had been laced by the trio. The wine had been laced with a sleeping agent, which had caused all who drank it to pass out. And, when they had come to, they had found the assault victim in critical condition and the kidnapped person nowhere to be found. A missing persons report was not filed, as members of Cassiopeia feared retaliation from Cygnus if the authorities had intervened. The Cygnus trio consists of temporary members to CSN territory, with one coming from America and 2 others coming from the United Kingdom. It is expected that they will be charged as foreign invaders violating the 240 Foreign Invasion Act for acting on behalf of a supremacist organization. Until trial and sentencing can occur, they are currently being held at a non-disclosed correctional house undergoing correctional therapy. Due to the nature of the incident, the Sapphires Lake National Park will be closed to the public for 2 weeks to allow for further inspection of any potential spots not currently documented by local DPAS authorities, like the one that the meeting of Cassiopeia had taken place in. Furthermore, boat rentals will no longer be available when the park opens back up. DPAS authorities are working with the Cassiopeia group to find them better accommodation for their meetings and to help provide a safe space for their practices and rituals. The controversial group has come under scrutiny by some for its notorious use of drugs and various other materials during their rituals. This local chapter, however, is planning to splinter off into a new group and work to become recognized as a registered religion in a way to give them access to proper support and care for their rituals, which will still likely involve the use of these drugs, but in a medically safe environment. DPAS is asking citizens that if they have any potential knowledge of Cygnus activity, that they should alert a public safety officer immediately. Cygnus members are known to be dangerous and should always be taken as a threat. The Department of Public Safety has issued a reminder that supremacy groups will find no quarter within the territory of the CSN. Diary entry, September 13th, 2070 AR, regarding Scrying Group. Dear Rose, this is the second time that this ragtag group of misfits I've found has been able to solve some sort of crime with me helping them scry some sort of material. I don't normally believe in fate, but something has to have drawn me here to serve this purpose. I mean, I was originally brought here to find information on Cygnus, and lo and behold, I was able to find them and able to thwart their activities, although albeit on a somewhat minor scale. Well, anyway, I'm requesting that my current case be changed from looking into the activities of Cygnus into focusing my attention on what exactly is going on with this group. It recently came to my attention that Theron was approached by Toby, that DPAS sergeant that we worked with on this previous case, that public safety might actually need us for assistance in the future. What started as a group of a bunch of people that came together out of happenstance, toying with a magical book, has turned into something that local governments are actually requesting. And I'm afraid that we're not going to be able to hold up with their request, and we're going to get in all over our heads. I brought this up to Theron, who I guess is kind of now our impromptu leader, and he thankfully agrees. He said that he had ideas for the future, but I really don't know what he's thinking. I just really hope that he's not getting in over our heads. Although, I guess I really am kind of to blame for this attention. Now that public safety knows that they're getting assistance from Lokia, I think that they think we're some sort of super specials undercover spec ops group funded by our empire. Rather than really the truth that we're a bunch of schlubs brought together by sheer dumb luck, being helped by me, a glorified pencil pusher. Oh well, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll actually be able to provide a little bit of help to the world, instead of, getting in over our heads and getting us into major trouble. Although, speaking of trouble, I'm not quite certain, but something's been bugging me about a couple members of this group of ours. I think we might be dealing with some, well, let's say, interesting folks. I have some biting feeling in my heart that we might have a couple of plane hoppers with us. Plane hoppers. I'm not exactly sure what type they are, but I'm pretty sure they're different types. I never really thought that plane hoppers, were real, or that there'd be two of them within arm's reach. I'm pretty sure that they're unaware, but I think this could be the cause of some interesting situations regarding our scrying, which I'm sure we're going to have plenty in the future. Plenty of cases. Hopefully that won't get us killed. Whatever. Signing out. Your friend, LoloDePuzlo, aka Henry Laurel. Thank you for listening to Hazeltown Story. If you would like to get updates on this show and many other shows hosted by me, LoloDePuzlo, you can follow at Hazeltown Story on Twitter, and if you would like to get to know me more from a personal standpoint, you can follow my personal Twitter at LoloDePuzlo. If you would like to watch this be recorded live, you can go to twitch.tv/LoloDePuzlo and follow the channel for notifications of when this show, as well as other shows like Retro Rank Rhapsody, are being recorded. If you would like to add this podcast to your podcatcher of choice, you can search for WLDP Hazeltown Radio and find us on most major podcatching search engines. Or you can manually add rss.hazeltown.life to your podcatcher. Thank you for listening, and I hope you come around for the next episode.